Let me tell you something that will change your mind if you let it sink in. The richest people in the world right now are 75% entrepreneurs, 15% investors, 7% inheritors of wealth, 3% performers like athletes, entertainers, artists, and finally the 0% employees who just earn a salary. So if you want to learn how to manage your money like the top 1%, you need to understand what those first four categories have in common. So let's think about it. Businessmen owns businesses, investors own assets, rich kids own trusts, and finally the performers like athletes, entertainers, they own rare skills. So by this it's clear that if you don't own something, you are what's owned. So how can you start owning things like the top 1%? For that, you need to understand 25-15-50-10 rule. I designed this rule for anyone who can want to manage their money no matter what their income are, because it's not about how much you make, it's about how you manage what you make. So let's get into it. The first 25% of your income should be going towards your growth. This is actually the 25% that works for you. And by growth, I mean using this money to buy things that increase in value. You see, most of the people get their paycheck, they pay their bills and blow the rest on useless, unnecessary things that they don't even remember buying. And this is the reason why 99% of people are trapped owing nothing in value. So once you understand this, you will start fighting back by taking that 25% of your income and putting it straight into the assets. Eventually, those assets will make you more money than your paid job. Now comes the 15%. The next 15% of your income should be going towards stability. This is the 15% that actually puts you in the game. A lot of people don't realize, but not all your money should be thrown into growth or investments or spent. Some of it needs aside to protect your progress. So if I just had 50% tucked away for stability, I would have been in completely different position. Because you need to understand that most people don't have money problem, they have stability problem. Now comes the 50%. Now the next 50% of your income should be going towards your essentials. This is the 50% that feeds you. And surprisingly, over 16% of Americans are earning over $1 lakh a year and still live paycheck to paycheck. Now this shows that you can be on a great salary and still feel broke every month, because it's not about how much you make, it's about how much you waste. Now comes the last 10% of your income. The 10% of your income should be going towards reward. Yes, this is the 10% that keeps you sane. Now let's be honest that money is not just about growth, investment or essentials. You are also allowed to enjoy it too. And most people skip this part entirely and then wonder why saving feels so pointless. 92% of people say that they overspend after intensive saving, and I think that's why this 10% exists. It's not about excuse, it's about strategy. It's about a thing that keeps your whole financial diet comfortable. The truth is, you can spend this 10% on whatever things you like. You can spend it on vacations, on a weekend trip. You can also spend this on your hobbies like painting, gaming, and the list goes on. The most important step here is to preload the fund. Now, I would recommend to open a separate bank account and call it a joy jar. Then set up an automatic transfer of 10% of whatever you make to be deposited in this account every single month. Just make sure you don't cheat, because if you know that your fund money is limited, you look to maximize it in the best possible way. So there you have it, the complete 25-15-50-10 rule. Make sure to subscribe it if you want your wealth to grow. Okay, see you in the next video.